an important concept to think about when we're thinking about drugs of abuse. Okay, another kind of interesting thing to think about, another aspect of addiction that has become more relevant in the past 10 or 15 years, kind of stemmed from a researcher out of Pennsylvania who looked at the idea of, okay, let's compare addiction to diabetes or asthma or hypertension. And let's say addiction as a disorder. What is it? Does it look at all like diabetes? Does it look at all like hypertension? And what he found was that it actually looks almost identical. So this really was an interesting way of reconceptualizing addiction, that addiction as a disorder looks almost identical to other medical disorders in terms of its heritability, in terms of how much people comply with the treatments that we give them, and also based on the treatment response. So when he looked at this, he said, okay, so we know that that the genetic contributions to addictions are pretty similar in terms of there being kind of a roughly a 50% contribution genetically to the susceptibility to developing an addiction. That's relatively similar to what we would see in asthma, hypertension, and diabetes. Why this was so ground-changing, why this was so earth-shaking in a way, was because historically addictions has been kind of treated as this sort of, this is sort of a moral disorder. This is sort of a willpower issue. This isn't a medical issue. This is something different. So substance use disorders for a long time were relegated to this kind of second-class citizen status. So treatment for substance use disorders was out of the medical system. You wanted treatment for addictions, you went somewhere else. You didn't go to the hospital, you didn't go to your primary care doctor, you didn't even talk about it with them because it was something different. This started the ball rolling for reconceptualizing the idea of addiction as actually a chronic relapsing medical illness. So it was really important. Another thing that was pretty evident in relation to like diabetes, for example, is that we don't have a permanent cure for diabetes. We also don't have a permanent cure for addiction. And that you could manage it like you would any other chronic illness with a combination of medications, behavior changes, and long-term follow-up, just like diabetes.
Does someone you love suffer from drug addiction? Accidental drug overdoses are the #1 cause of unnatural deaths. Don't wait until it's too late. Call our 24/7 helpline at 1-800-648-6734. A caring addiction specialist is awaiting your call.